So, continuing in the let's explore my toolbox stuff, I'm going to do, I think, the red Mac box and then this cluster here in this video. Might do this one, but I'll probably wait till the next one. Just, like I said, these are kind of doing them up as filler for when I don't feel like making videos or I don't have any content to do, because it costs money, and we're not all Bill Gates or Elon Musk, and so go through the contents. Everybody seems to like looking at all my junk. I guess I got a lot of junk, so let's see what I can do here. Bear with me. Can I get this? I'm trying to get, there we go. All right, so basically up here, let's see, I went past everything. So over here we have squares, combination squares, and then precision, what the heck are those? Precision rulers. Sorry, I can't think. I've got caster camber gauge over there. Oh, that was a little aggressive. Up there, I've got a Hilti cordless electric file. I've got angle finder, brackets, center punch for pipe, for round pipe. It's nice. It's got a magnet. It's got a level. It's got a gauge, and it's got an integrated center punch. I like it. It's handy. This is digital. And then let's see here. I've got just miscellaneous stuff: wrecking bar, hacksaw, handsaw, razor blades, hooks, scrapers, scissors, all that fun stuff. Let's see what we got in box numero 1 here. Also, I have various carabiners hanging up there. Let's see. That's a random wrench that I've collected over the years, and these are BMW fan clutch tools. And then up there, I have some, I can't even think of what they're called right now, but I've got some of those things hanging there. That's what they are. So in the top here, we've got, I don't think this is going to work. I'm just going to hold the camera. I tried to get it set up on a tripod so I wouldn't have to hold it and do all this, but I just don't think it's going to work. These are end crimps, so they look like little bells. You just stick your wire in and go. We got random relays. We got some chalk. We got paper clips. We got a multi-ground ground point out of a Volvo. This is a check ball out of a 90s B-Series, Dodge B-Series van fuel tank, so that you can't steal the gas. It's an anti-siphon check ball. Let's see here. Oh, good, I broke my tripod. Fun times. Yeah, don't break your equipment. Flasher relays, electronic and mechanical. Small form factor, 4 and 5 pin relays. Circuit breaker, speaker wire, ground strap, harness pieces, clips, more speaker wire, different clips. This goes to like battery tender stuff. I got non-insulated crimp terminals, scotch locks, depinning tool, some more harness stuff. What do we got here? Another flasher. You can see a lot of that stuff doesn't get used as much as it used to. Relay styles change, flashers change, all that fun stuff. I saw my weather pack stuff. I've got a couple pair of pliers, the grommets, the actual wire fittings, the end pieces. I'm sorry, I'm kind of zoned out right now. I can't get my brain to work to save me. Razors, scrapers, wire and cable cutters, and hose cutters. Fuses, just fuses. standard heat shrink, self-sealing heat shrink, and we've got random stuff in here, screw extractors, some countersink bits, we got left-hand thread, we got extractors with left-hand drills, my grinder tool, some pilot point bits. These are pilot point bits, screen installer, bullnose pliers, line levels, masonry bits for all of that fun stuff, and really big pipe deburr tool. I think it goes up to like 2 inches. Body working stuff, couple of hammers. I'm not a body man. Couple hammers, flanger hole punch, spot weld chisel, couple hand dollies. This dolly I made when I was working on my M715. Yes, it's a cut piece of pipe just welded to a rod, but I actually had to shape this specifically to a cab corner so that I could beat the dent out of the cab corner, because the previous owner had filled it in with like half a mile's worth of Bondo. Cheater bars, crowbars, destruction bars, all that fun stuff. This, however, if you can't guess what this tool here is used for, this is a yoke holding tool. The tool companies sell these at a pretty high price. We fabbed this one up in the shop, like quick and dirty style, because you can tell it's not even or anything. Got a pretty big hole in the middle. And then just as I find different yokes that I need to hold on to, if I don't already have a set of holes that match it, I just drill another set of holes in it and put it together. Don't overpay for something like that. That's a big no-no. Let's see. Hooks for painting, squeeze clamps, quick reference charts, fraction to decimal with metric correspondent, drill press speed chart. That little guy is a wraparound for doing like sway bars so that you get sizes. Extra saw blades, my Wall O DeWalt. Oh, that's pretty dark. These guys I found these on Amazon. They do DeWalt on one side, Milwaukee on the other. And I don't know, they're pretty cheap for the collection of them. Charging station. We got flashlight. We got sharpening tool for knives. We got some random stuff up here. Tape measures, shoulder bolts, extra batteries, lighters. These are plugs for testing intercoolers on Volvos. These are wax sticks for saw I've got. Extra links for the adjustable belt on the drill press. Just those little weird nozzle pieces that you get with like a RTV or gear oil or stuff like that. You never know when you're going to need one. Extra, it's a cigarette lighter charger for something I got. Felpro torque table that's probably as old as I am. Another metal supermarkets. Nice Wea scraper and some additional blades. Pocket knife, bicycle tools. Torch tip cleaners. I know Uncle Tony would hate me, but I use them on jet cleaning with carburetors. And if you're not crazy with it, it works fine. You don't tend to have a problem. Nice little doodad. More measuring devices. External diameter tape measure. Metric tape measure. Crimpers. All sorts. Whoop, can't really see. Okay. Hold on a sec. Let me try to make an adjustment real quick. Oh, that works better. See, I know how a camera works. Adjusters, fuse tester, clutch stuff, alignment tool, pilot bearing remover tool, extra pilot bearings from stuff over the years, random miscellaneous drawer, starter shims, dust caps, U-joint straps, just all sorts of fun stuff. Wire strippers. magnets and mirrors. For some reason, I have a plethora of those. Random stuff, you know, battery puller, body clip tools. These are pretty cool. You can set them in. They correspond to drive sizes for sockets, and as you can see by the picture, put one in a socket, you put a wrench on it. Pretty nifty. Tie rod tool, clips, carburetor adjusting tool, windshield wiper removal tool, stethoscope. I have had these for ages and ages, and personally they don't work. The magnets just aren't strong enough, but it is still a complete kit in the little package, and I just can't bring myself to get rid of it. Door clip removers. So back in the days when we had crank up windows and old school twisty doorknobs and stuff like that, these pop the little Jesus clip off, because as soon as that clip goes flying, you say, oh Jesus, where'd it go? Another battery terminal removal tool. Sorry, that was probably really loud. Carbide scrapers, some specialty sockets. So we got O2, what are you? Your Dana 44 ball joint. We got O2 sockets. We got oil pressure sockets, stuff like that. MSD tool for crimping DIY wires. Dang, I gotta stop doing that. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry. Spark plug wire, crimp tool, thread chaser for spark plugs, O2 sensor on that end, distributor adjustment tool, forward ignition module tool, seal pullers, regular scraper, and a couple of ignition testers, and some points files. You can tell I've been working on cars for a long while. This is the Drawer O Allen keys, metric, standard, ball in, giant size. Needed a 7/16, so I just made one. Didn't have, for whatever reason, I didn't have one that was appropriate. These are kind of cool. These flex, so they're pretty handy. These are stumpies and impact rated, so those come in pretty handy. Again, some oversized ones. Crescent wrenches, vice grips. These are parrot jaw ones I like. I talked about those in another video. These are for holding on to a nut. That's why they're shaped that way. And these are for like pipe. This is probably my oldest pair, and while the teeth in the jaws aren't super great anymore, the damn things clamp phenomenally, and they're not so far worn out that they've been relegated to the welding clamps. That's what you do with old vice grips, guys. You don't get rid of them, you turn them into welding clamps. Torques and spline. We got a set of Blue Point splines, some E-Torques, more splines, another spline, regular Torques. This was something I had to buy years ago for working. What is this? This is a T6. I think I was changing the battery in a phone or something. More of these Hex Pros. They swivel. And a T-handle set. They've got different rivet tools and hose working. So these are pretty nifty. So they clamp a rubber hose here, and you use this end to push your fitting in. So for barb lock or push lock fittings, depending on what brand and manufacturer wants to call them, this helps you get it into the hose a lot easier. Being attacked by an oak tree, those are acorns. Squeeze clamp pliers, swiveling head rivet tool, standard rivet tool, riv nut tool, and we have E-clip pliers. Nope, not E-clip pliers. Snap ring pliers. Do you have any crickets? I am just out of it. I hurt my back earlier, and now I'm all wonkety. These are old Blue Points, made in the USA, internal and external. This one is also a Blue Point. The first turbo I had to rebuild. You know, the little Volvo Mitsubishi TD04, but to get snap ring off the back. This thing works beautifully. With the locking ratcheting function in it, it is just awesome. Extra ends because you never have enough ends, and then a couple different size, and these are self flipping. You bounce back and forth between internal and external. I like that style. I used to be a real big proponent to have a set of internal and have a set of external, but I've grown to really like the combination style. We have hose clamp pliers, a couple different styles. We got some plastic ones, we got some metal ones, we got some long ones. They work. This is the drawer full of scrunches. That is what Steel calls these, is scrunches. And specialty stuff from when I was working in the accessory shop and had to do small engines all the time. Sometimes you just need to get... so this is a Honda tool. This comes with Honda like generators and stuff like that. And I don't remember exactly what type of generator it was, but it was one of their inverter generators. And the tool that was supplied with it was... It's originally like 3 or 4 inches longer. The tool that was supplied wouldn't even get in to get the spark plug out. I had to do that. It was kind of crazy. This is for taking apart... I think this takes out a jet in like a Motorcraft industrial carburetor. We had a Godwin generator years ago a pump that used it. Flare wrenches, ignition wrenches, extra wrenches, at least flare wrenches. Nut drivers, metric and standard. Let's see, can we readily identify the ones that I use? That one, and that one, right there. Yeah, those are the ones that I readily use. Transmission pliers, these are for, these are piston ring pliers, but these two are for, I don't know that they necessarily have to be with transmissions, but I use them for the snap rings in transmissions. They work out well for me. We have SAE wrenches, different styles. They're wrenches. I think it's self-explanatory. We have metric wrenches. Again, different styles, self-explanatory. Ugh, I'm old. We have more wrenches, offsets, short standard, or SAE. These I got with my very first Craftsman tool set years and years and years ago, 25 years ago. And they're SAE, they're double-ended, so like this is 1/2 inch and 9/16. They are super thin and they're longer than normal. AN adjustable wrench, AN wrench set, and long reach double-ended flex head ratcheting wrenches. These things are great. I don't know that you really need to buy the whole set. I've only ever really used a couple of sizes out of there, but very handy to have. All my files, file handles, different types, extras, small tooling files. Down here, have some miscellaneous stuff. Tire tool. This is a hubcap tool for GM, plastic body clips, ridge reamer, some piston ring compressors. These are concrete chisels. Slim Jim. This is the official style installer tool for your Dana axle disconnect stuff, or well, just for any of the Danas that have the carrier seals in the housing. This is one that I made to do the seal in the CAD area on the Dana 60 on the Dodge. This is a set of setup bearings for a Dana 60 axle. These are NB 4500 specialty nuts, tools, giant hole punch. This is a homemade crank holding tool for Volvo. It also bolts to my yoke tool. Let's see here. These two are drive tools to seat bearings in an NB 4500. I mean, I guess you can seat them, in anything that they'll fit, but I used them specifically in MV4500. You can actually see there's the old bearing race. That is a custom-made deep 30mm socket, and that is a custom-made deep, I think it's a 7/8 or 22. It's 22. Just something I needed one day, and so cut stuff up and do it. This tool set I found years ago, and this is an Ampco copper or bronze, but it's a non-arcing SAE. Oh, it's not Ampco either. It's Barrel Co. But I thought it was really cool. It was supposed to get trashed, and I kept it. I never used it. It's cool. Stuff like that is just nifty. It's probably 100 years old. Based on where the shop I got it out of, it's probably extremely old. We got some lug wrenches down there. We got some spare handles, and this thing is a mechanical bead popper for doing tires. Haven't used it in a long time, but it's there. Let's see. We got a clamshell for bearings. Mostly I have an OTC set under the workbench, but that's extra. I've got some exhaust tubing expanders down there. We've got some specialty test tools. We got here. We got a compression tester. We got a serpentine belt tool that I just knocked over. Got stuff underneath. Got lug tools. These are torque sticks. And this is a good old-fashioned Hobo Freight oil pressure tester. But I gotta say, I've had this for years, and I have replaced these two gauges. This gauge is original, but they all still work. Like, it just functions. It's not, I know it's poor quality and everything, but they just function. And sometimes, really, that's all you need. This is an old proto box, but it should have my fuel pressure tester in it. Yep. Again, Hobo Freight. Added another gauge. That's the original gauge. Had it for decades. It just keeps on not wanting to die. I don't know. Some of that old central pneumatic machinery, whatever, US General, I don't know what it was called. But some of that old stuff that they had, man, it goes together and it does not want to die. I know, now you guys are just seeing me. This is going to be a really long video. And everybody's going to flame me in the comments. Oil wrenches. This is for Power Stroke International 736064 stuff. Random other ones. This is my absolute favorite. This 3-jaw setup. This one's Blue Point, but I've used other ones. This is great. This is all power steering stuff. Well, not all, but OTC power steering pulley. This is an oil pump drive to prime. It's a hex. I want to say this was for a Ford FE engine that I rebuilt. Pulley installer, and this is to get on older GMs and whatnot, anything that used a GM column and other things. Dodges had them and Fords had them. Not GM columns specifically, but you got to compress the steering wheel down on the column, remove a little snap ring, and that's the tool to help you compress it. We got brake tools. Don't get used a whole lot anymore, but yeah, this one goes on a brain fart. This one goes on a 1/4-inch drive screwdriver. And it just does your two spring sizes, which this one does, and this is the one I generally always use. Got my old Craftsman and a Mac for the spring pliers. Got spoons from a couple different people. This is an Ampro 100-year-old. It resets early model rear integrated parking brake on rear disc. That's a shoe spreader. And then this one is getting one of the brake springs on, I think, Dodge specific Dana 60 rear axles. And This is a similar tool, but I didn't have as good a luck with it on those. We've got the Droro bits. These magnets are from Snap-on. Like when you buy Snap-on sockets, these are the magnets that come on the bottom of the plastic socket holders that it comes in. I don't like those socket holders. I use a different one, and when we get to my sockets, I'll talk about it. But I always keep the magnets. These cut really easy with a razor knife, and they're not, they're not super strong, but I can keep all my stuff, all my little bits in here, all my surpluses over here, my 90-degree adapter, and then all the ones that I commonly use, number 2, number 3, 20, and a 25. And this, I think, is a 10. And then lastly, everybody's got to have one. This is mine. We've got some brake check valves, headlight retainers, got emblems off of old stuff. I'm sure that there is a Volvo turbo diesel car out there somewhere where somebody wants this. You're not getting it. I'm just going to keep these until I die, and my kid will probably put them in a trash can. More of those, little bits of wiring stuff, knobs, handles, check valves, brake light switch, cigarette lighter or power port, light bulb holder, push plugs, pressure switch, vent, just all the odd little things. Here's another Volvo one, Lambda-Son. That's early O2 sensors. Ford coil holder thingy. Actually, this one came off of AMC, but it was a Durspark ignition, so it ran the same one. Anything cool in there? Ooh, there you go. Another rare Volvo 780. So yeah, this video is going on long enough. Hold on a second, I'm going to flip the camera around. Oh yeah, this video is going on long enough. That's the next section of the toolbox. Next time we do toolbox tour, it'll be the Big Mac box. The Big Mac box. I like that. That's cool. It'll be the Big Mac box, and then it'll be some of my parts drawers and what's in the doors and stuff over here, things like that. I'm sorry. I am really, really just not. My back hurts. So anyway, I think I'm going to go sit down and be old man. And you guys get out, have fun, and do something you like. So see you later.